Tear out, the bane of sawing wood. Hand or power saw, they all do it. I don't do compound cuts on the mitre saw, so the blade is always 90 degrees to the bed. I use Fastcap zero clearance tape as it's cheap and it works, so underneath the blade is salted. But there is one trick you need to know, or you could ruin it. Why the tear out? The aluminium back fences leave a gap by the blade. Check on YouTube for the fix, it looks so easy. There are screw holes in the fences, so how hard can it be? Just attach the material to the metal fences and job done, surely. Plywood seems to be the material of choice, so I grabbed some spare 18mm ply, drew around the metal face plates, cut the shape, leaving some material sticking out below the plates to reach down to the cutting bed, and that part went past the ends of the plates like fingers so it would reach the blade. I slid each fence up to the blade and trimmed the end of the ply so it would provide maximum support and get rid of the tear out. Get the end of the finger to just brush the blade tooth and then lock it in place. At first I had the ply to the end of the metal fence. A quick test cut and, oh great, the hold downs failed the plywood. They wouldn't hold down anything. No worries, shorten the ply the end away from the blade and get the hold downs working again. Well, kind of. Couldn't get anything like as close as before. Still, the first pieces I needed were long, so it wasn't a total waste. Not quite yet. And oh goody, the dust shroud was being bent out of shape, making dust collection even worse. Ever felt like you should have taken more care? So, use thinner material, 18mm is way too thick. Actually, to get the hold downs anywhere near full range meant 5mm thick or even less. As ever, measure twice and cut once is a rule for a reason. So how would you attach 5mm ply? Magnets don't stick to aluminium, and I don't fancy double-sided tape stuck all over the metal. Festool did put screw holes in the plates, although I don't see why if you can't use a material thicker than 5mm to handle a tear out without messing up the hold downs. I mean, screws over 7mm long will break through and mark your work, and I doubt screws under 10mm long would hold. I could be wrong. What do you guys think? The holes are actually ovals, 7mm high, 9mm wide, 3mm thick. For wood, maybe dowels pushed through the holes and glued into the wood clamping from behind would work. But for me, rather than go down the dowel and glue route, I decided to 3D print 4mm thick faces with slotted lugs positioned to line up with the holes. That way I could lock them into place from behind without gluing. The metal plates were longer than I could print faces for in one go, so I printed 2 pieces for the first side and glued them together. I also printed some locking clips to fit, and they were pretty good. Positioning the fence in the slot, everything fitted as it should. The finger reached the blade and offered the maximum height support it could without fouling the dust shroud, which was now unimpeded and once again worked just as Festool intended. The first fence worked well enough, but I thought I could do better, so I dovetailed the parts for the other fence. No glue needed to lock the 2 parts together here, much better design. Once the fences are set up, they line up with the slot cut in the Fastcap tape, just as you'd expect. So finally I have zero clearance rear plates that deal with the tear out without blocking the hold downs and without making the dust collection worse. See? Knew it was easy. So, proof of the pudding. Does it do the job? The tear out is much reduced. You're never going to get zero tear out when cutting wood with a blade, but this is much more like it. Oh yeah, just remembered the Fastcap tape trick. The tape is easy to trim and sticks on really well, but it shattered along the cut line as the blade pushed forward, leaving bits of yellow plastic stuck to the teeth of the blade and the ugliest cut. Not exactly zero clearance. I grabbed another bit of tape. Fastcap give you 5 in the pack. They must know something. A bit of 3mm ply on top supported it and I cut using a series of vertical cuts. No sliding the blade across the tape this time. This way worked really well. Thanks for watching and hope to see you in the next one.